I think if they grabbed you right now, Alex, and put you into a Soyuz and said, we're launching in 25 minutes, imagine what your emotions would be, you know, and how that would affect you psychologically. You know, you'd be terrified, one, because you'd know the dangers and you wouldn't know any of the things to do. And a lot of the stuff you do is what keeps you alive. So you'd feel really fearful about that. You also would be aware that there's a huge accelerations and forces that are about to hit your body, and you wouldn't know what to expect. So you'd be scared of that. And also, with all of those inherent risks, unknown risks, you'd be leaving Earth with a pretty high chance of dying in your mind. And did you say goodbye properly to everybody? Did you do everything that you should have, given your level of fear and your level of misunderstanding or lack of understanding what's going to happen? So I started looking at that a long time ago. I don't want to leave the Earth fearful and terrified, and therefore all psychologically keyed up. So I just broke it down into pieces, starting decades ago. Okay, how can I make myself as ready for that as possible? And so learn everything there is to know about the spaceship. Learn everything there is to know about your actions. No matter what this thing does, it's like riding the horse in the parade yesterday. No matter what this thing does, I know what I'm going to do. I got a plan. If all else fails, I'm going to jump off this thing. You know, and I think I can get off, and I may roll a little bit. Same thing on the Soyuz. If all else fails, you can blast that thing off the rocket ship, and it'll carry you a few kilometers away and land. And that happened in 1983. Where in fact the rocket was blowing up on the launch pad. The Soyuz thrusters lifted it up over, landed about 4 kilometers away. They had a 4-minute flight instead of a 4-month flight. So you learn everything you possibly can about your actions to control your own destiny. And with that comes a great calm and comfort because of the huge preparation. It's like an exam where you know every single answer. The exam stops being a fearful thing. It actually becomes kind of pleasant. Hey, I know the answer to every. This is just creative writing. I can write everything I want in this exam, and I'm going to get 100% on this exam because I put years and years and years into this topic. So, I think that affects the answer to your question because you are so prepared for it. It is not nearly as psychologically daunting. And mostly, the dominant emotion for me was one of anxiousness that we would not go. Because, I mean, my wife and my kids in Florida, like 800 of my closest friends, were all down there paying for their hotel room and their rental car and everything, and they all came down to see a show, and I'd been trading for years and dreaming about it since I was Joe's age, and when the engine's light and you start to leave the Earth, the biggest emotion for me was one of relief. Yes, this adventure is beginning. I'm actually going. This is starting. This is going to happen. And so it's maybe not what you think. It's psychologically something you are completely in the vortex of and ready for. And I would recommend for anything you think that is going to terrify you, whether it's something medical happening to you or something in your family or some event or some anything, how you get ready for it, how you mentally and physically prepare your skill set to deal with it, I think really determines how you feel at the time and therefore the outcome.